Problem 3. The recipe calls for 1.5 cups of sugar for 18 cookies. If Sabrina and Nisreen want to make 45 cookies, how much sugar will they need? So this is a proportion problem. Let's set up this first rate. It takes 1.5 cups. I'm going to write that as 1.5 cups to make 18 cookies. Remember, whenever you're writing a proportion, or even just writing a rate, you want to write your units to make sure when you're setting up your proportion, you put things in the correct place, because now we want to find out how much sugar it will take them to make 45 cookies. So I know I want to put the 45 cookies in my denominator, and the amount of sugar we will need is the unknown amount, so we'll just make that x. Cross products are equal, so 45 times 1.5 equals 18 times x, and based on the fact that cross products are equal, we can use bat and ball method. So the two numbers that we know that are diagonal from each other are the bat, and you multiply the bat. So 45 times 1.5, and then you divide by the ball, which is 18. Let's do 45 times 1.5 right here. We're in the tens place, so start with a 0. 5 times 1 is 5, 4 times 1 is 4. Adding, we get 675. So 675. Ooh, I messed up. Look, there's 0 decimal places here. I'm doing this on Monday, that's why the bell just rang. 1 decimal place here, so I should have 1 decimal place in my answer. I neglected to put that there. So there, 67.5 divided by 18. Now we just do that division. How many 18s in 67? 3 times 18 is 54. Subtracting, I get 13. Bring down the 5. Line up a decimal in my answer. How many 18s in 135? 7. Subtracting, I get 9 here. I borrowed here. Okay, and bring down a 0. And how many 15s and 18s in 90? 5. 5 times 18 is 90. So we're done. So x equals 3.75, or could write it as 3 3/4 cups of sugar. Problem 4. Kayla took a trip to Knoxville, Tennessee. She's wondering how far Knoxville is from Austin. On a map, she measures 8.5 inches between the two cities. The scale on the map is 1/2 inch is equal to 50 miles, so let's write that rate down. 1/2 inch, or 0.5 inches per 50 miles. How far is Knoxville from Austin based on Kayla's measurement and the map scale? Well, her measurement is that they are 8.5 inches apart, and since I wrote my units in my rate, I know to put 8.5 inches in my numerator, and we're going to figure out how many miles apart they are. That's our unknown, that's x. Once again, bat and ball. 8.5 times 50 divided by the ball. 50 times 8.5 divided by 0.5. 8.5 times 50. 4250, and I need 1 decimal place. So this is 425 divided by 0.5. Don't want to divide by decimal, I want to divide by a whole number, so I move that decimal 1 place to the right, and move that decimal 1 place to the right, add a 0. Okay, so 8, 5, and 0. So x equals 850 miles. And that makes sense because each half mile is 50 miles, and there are 17 half inches in 8.5 inches. So 17 times 50 is 850. And I don't have time to bubble that in. We'll pick up the review with problem 5 on the next video.